So for the majority of you that haven't already seen this, this was posted to the Summoners War Thailand Facebook page a couple hours ago, teasing a brand new collaboration with Summoners War and X. So there's two schools of thoughts on what the actual collaboration is. Number one, the school of thought that they're taking it at just face value and they're saying it's Summoners War plus an eyeglass manufacturer making Summoners War glasses. So I get that at first, like, just taking it at face value, that would be the collaboration. I mean, there is the thing down here that says it's glasses, it's a cleaning cloth, it's a case, and it's a deck of cards. However, I don't believe that Summoners War is actually collaborating with the glasses manufacturer. It's just they would have to produce... Summoners War needs to be a large IP to collaborate with a glasses manufacturer and actually make sure that they sell enough glasses for it to be worthwhile for the glasses manufacturer. Maybe 5-6 years ago, that could have been a thing where their business was booming. There were so many people playing that I think that actually could be a thing that could have happened years ago. Also, we've seen some of these, some animes and some different games collaborate with glasses manufacturer to make glasses. However, it's usually things that the characters in the game have special glasses, and then the manufacturer is making those special cool glasses that the character in the game has. We also seen like things like Pokemon glasses, right? But Pokemon's such a huge, massive IP. I know everyone in Summoners War is like, no, Pokemon and Summoners War are like the same level of popularity. It's like, no, it's not even close. So it's just they would have to be a big enough IP at this stage of the game to actually make it worthwhile for the glasses manufacturer to actually manufacture Summoners War glasses. This is why I think this is personally very unlikely. The second school of thought, which I feel is very likely, is that this is a Persona 5 collaboration. So the reason that I feel like this is a Persona 5 collaboration, first off, the glasses make sense. The 5 units make sense. One of them is an artist. Another one is literally Joker. It's literally the unit in Persona 5. Again, there's 5 units. So that makes a lot of sense. Also, so I mean, just taking it at face value, like, okay, it could be. Maybe it's a stretch to think it's a Persona 5. However, if it wasn't already for the fact that Persona 5 collaborates with literally every brand under the sun, like all these mobile games I've already collaborated with Persona 5. Let me show you guys exactly. Well, this is Super Monkey Ball. That's not exactly the first thing that you would think of when you think of Persona 5 collaborations. We have, this is Dragon's Dogma Online. This is Puzzle and Dragons. This is Chain Chronicle. I don't even know what Chain Chronicle is. This is Dragalia Lost. And then we also have another Eden. They collaborated with other stuff. Last Claudia, Dragon Poker, Final Fantasy, War of the Visions, another Eden, Super Monkey Ball, AFK Arena, Puzzle and Dragons, Grand Blue Fantasy, Star Ocean, Anamnesis, I don't know how to say that. Super Smash Brothers, like, this is already Persona 5 collaborates with literally everyone. So if you're telling me that Summoners War and Persona that Summoners War and Persona 5 are collaborating, my answer would be, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That absolutely makes a lot of sense that Persona 5 and Summoners War would collaborate. Also, I feel that it's pretty easy and cheap for a Persona 5 collaboration versus something like Street Fighter, which I know they already collaborated with Street Fighter, but I think that they were in a better position financially to do so, and they were more ambitious. Whereas now, I think that Persona 5 is probably cheaper and easier of an IP to get than Street Fighter. I feel like Capcom was going to have them, or Capcom did have them jumping through hoops to get the Street Fighter, and maybe that's why we didn't see any more Street Fighter collab after the first one, because usually in these games, we see the collabs come back. It's like, oh, it's a year later, the collab is back, because we already have the agreement with them, we already had the paperwork, the documentation with them, and everything, and maybe they didn't sell as much as they wanted, maybe, I don't know what the situation is, I can't speak for Com2Us, but I'm just saying that this is pretty highly likely, in my opinion. It's not confirmed. I don't have any inside information on it. I'm just going by the same information that you guys have, and also the background research of knowing how many collaborations Persona 5 has done, that like any mobile game that comes out has a 20% chance of collaborating with Persona 5. That's just what I feel. That's, of course, exaggerated. That's not accurate math, but you get the joke, right? You get the joke. Anyway, there's another thing that I was reading on Reddit. Someone was claiming that, Persona 5 collaborations were a mark of death for any mobile game, is that all these mobile games, they collab with Persona, and then they're dead a year later, dead a year later, dead a year later. It's accurate. I think that one of the things is, like, when they're collaborating, they're like, okay, sales are dying down, revenue's dying down. Let's bring something in to bump up revenue, right? So that's number one. And then eventually they go back down to revenues struggling. Number two is there's just so many Persona 5 collabs that some of them are going to die at some point after that, and many of them are just going to continue to survive. It's not necessarily a mark of death. There's just so many Persona 5. Also, there's so many mobile games that just die after a year anyway. So this was gonna happen for some of these games. It was just bound to happen after a year, regardless of whether or not Persona even had anything to do with it. So anyway, that's just food for thought. That's just my opinions on it. I think that Persona is a likely collaboration that we may see in the future, or maybe it could be something totally different, or maybe on the strange stretch that it is actually an eyewear manufacturer, maybe we'll see some Summoners. If this is an actual eyewear manufacturer comes to us, I will buy Summoners War eyeglasses. I won't wear them, but I will buy them. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.